Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gaviani. I am your host for today. My co-host Athena is, well, still in bed. So, today's death battle is Venom from Marvel Comics versus Crona from Soul Eater. And it's going to be, from what I understand, one hell of a fight. Apparently, people are saying it's going to come down to how effective Crona's sound attacks are. Shut up. On Venom. No.
The only one in our class that knew about Kappa.
Oh my god, shut up. No. I dislike all ads. I don't care if they have me in them.
G5G/5G.
Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Apparently it varies as to how vulnerable Venom is to sound attacks.
It's always nice to have a best friend attached to your hip, like me and my shotgun leg.
But these two take their friends even further than that.
Venom, the lethal symbiote and Spider-Man's
Is his
best
tongue
frenemy.
twisting all
And
around?
Crona, the deadly demon sword from Soul Eater.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Sweet.
At the beginning of time, in the faraway reaches of space, the Clintar rose from a living darkness.
All
One
right.
of these amorphous symbiotes was Venom.
Who was a freaking loser? Hey, don't look at me, all the goop aliens were saying it. So they kicked the poor slime ball straight off the planet.
In its exile, the symbiote underwent a number of misadventures which firmly shaped its personality.
Misadventures,
It
yeah.
bonded to a heroic Kree soldier rescuing refugees, a violent monster who committed genocide, and apparently Deadpool.
Damn, no wonder
Can't get
Venom's
away
so
from
messed
him,
up in
can
the
you?
head.
Eventually, the symbiote was
Let me
discovered
guess.
by Peter
Yum.
Parker, your friendly neighborhood
Giving that lip
Spider-Man.
flap.
It gave him a pretty slick black suit and awesome
8
new
symbiote
powers.
children.
But after finding
Diet
out it was
chocolate
a
and
confused, raging
brains.
psychopathic alien, Pete decided to exercise it with the power of Christian Rock.
A wise decision, although ill-timed, as this event would cause the symbiote to finally meet its greatest partner, Edward Brock.
Eddie was a journalist with the unluckiest backstory ever. While
Yep.
trying to uncover the
We
identity
have
of a
been through
serial
this.
killer, he blamed the wrong guy. The same day he published his article, Spidey caught the real killer, who lived right next door to the dude Eddie blamed.
Long
Yep.
story short, Eddie was fired from his job, divorced by his wife, and disowned by his father.
Who already
Yep.
blamed Eddie for his wife dying in childbirth.
On top of all of that,
Yep.
Eddie learned he developed adrenal cancer, with only a few months left to live.
Man, and I thought 2020
Sucks to
was
suck.
rough. I almost don't blame him for becoming a supervillain.
With all hope lost, he begged God
So,
to take it all away.
Is he
and
saying
got
that we
Nancy,
should,
the symbiote.
Just like Captain Planet,
Shall we
with
become
their
supervillains?
powers combined,
Like Frank
these
Sinatra
two
and
losers
Dog.
became a super loser. Well, no, they actually became a horrifying monster with all of Spider-Man's powers and then some.
Their mutual hatred of
Wait,
Spider-Man
is that-
caused the symbiote to bond
He's
to Eddie
he
like no
he looks
host
like a
ever
big
before.
guy
They were
regardless of
perfect,
what
a
continuity
terror
they're
in the night,
showing.
an unstoppable
he's
demon. They
Only
were
230.
It even cured Eddie's
I mean, I guess that's
cancer.
bold.
sort of.
but-
It's complicated.
Apart from Spider-Man's webbing and web-crawling powers, Venom can
So
use
he's, like,
shapeshifting
dependent
to
on
mold
him
his
because
body
of the
into cool
regeneration?
doodads. Swords, shields, tendrils, worm monster things, even wings. Yeah, imagine seeing this guy flying outside your window at night. Well, good luck sleeping ever again.
Venom can camouflage
My window's
his entire
very
body,
small.
heal severe wounds like impalement and lost limbs, see all around him at once, and psychically project emotions onto others.
Normally, this just makes people
Interesting.
feel sorry for themselves, like Wiz on Tinder. But
I
one
have a
time he
feeling that's
convinced
not
a bunch
gonna-
of other symbiotes that life was
Dig it. I have a feeling that's not going to change anything with Crona because they already feel despairing. So,
meaningless
Nothing
and
would
they killed themselves. Shit, that's dark.
If desperate, the symbiote can even invade the bodies of others and make them burst from inside out.
Gross
Yeah.
and awesome. But if he doesn't want to pop them like a fun balloon, he can just take over their body like a creepy puppet master.
While attached to a victim, Venom can control them by fusing the symbiote to their nervous system, specifically
I
the
see.
brainstem and frontal lobes. Fighting off this mind control
Brainstem,
is extremely difficult
brainstem.
unless you have powers that can
you
directly counter it,
see
such
Pinky and the
as
Brain
another
sing the
symbiote.
parts of
Oh
the brain.
god, aliens, tentacles, and mind control. Are we sure this episode is rated E for everyone, or do we need to start blurring stuff?
Don't worry. Aside from being a horrible mass murderer, Venom's stories are completely wholesome.
Right.
Venom
Yeah,
proved
aside
a
from that
dangerous thorn in
small
Spider-Man's
little-
side and frequently ruined his life. Even
Small
taking a
little
page out
part.
of my favorite book, The Most Dangerous Game, and
Ooh,
hunting him on
nice.
a private
Of course,
island.
that's his
Yeah,
most
he was the
favorite book.
coolest rival ever. But over the years, things kind of calmed down a bit. They even teamed up every so often.
Caught up to and rode a fired bullet. Oh, took a sonic wave that shattered windows within 10 miles. I have a feeling, though, that's not as overwhelming as it sounds, because a sonic, like, how close was he to the
See, even with so much anger,
epicenter.
Eddie had a legitimate desire to protect others. As a teenager
No
stealing
need to
his
take
dad's
a
car,
pat,
he
pat.
accidentally ran over and killed a child.
Of course
Despite
he
his
did.
desire to confess, his father forced him to plead innocent and rigged the jury. The guilt has weighed him down ever since. So while Venom does have a hunger for human
Why did he
brains,
listen?
he'd rather eat the face off a criminal than an innocent
I mean,
person.
especially
Venom's as
since he
tough
could have
as
turned
they
in his
come.
father
He
for
survived
abuse,
Ghost
too.
Rider's penance stare. He's strong enough to toss a tank hundreds of feet up, and fast enough to take down Spidey 2099, who once caught Mjolnir while it was moving 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Although Venom does not possess the
Okay.
spider sense that allows Parker to react in microseconds, he can still keep up with all the usual Spidey gallery. Plus, while symbiotes have a severe weakness to high-pitched sound and heat, he's developed resistances to them.
Like when he took this giant
Resistances
explosion,
to
or when he
sound, not
survived
immunity.
a sonic scream from some mutant gremlins that shattered
Oh,
all
okay, he
glass
was right
within 10
there.
miles.
While he may be tougher to take down than most other symbiotes, Venom never fully overcame his weaknesses.
But, you know, a
However,
shockwave
his
doesn't
symbiotic
have
genes
to
provide
be
far
loud.
more help than harm. This includes
Like
traits
it'll
and
be
memories from
felt.
other hosts, like Scorpion and Flash Thompson.
Wait. Bullets are a genetic trait? How do I pass that down?
Venom would certainly need a lot of firepower to survive an encounter with the symbiote god.
Oh, geez, here we go.
At first, the Clintar symbiotes were seen as a peaceful people. But turns
first.
out they were actually living weapons forged by the primordial deity Null in an attempt to conquer the universe.
And I bet next
No,
up, Marvel
like,
decides their
nothing?
magic maple.
Okay. The Venom symbiote likely absorbed the codices that compromised the Legion symbiote. While absorbing codices does enhance strength, character-specific powers and mental imprints from codices burn out over time. Any codice-based powers such as Ben Grimm's physical strength are likely left permanent. Likely? That's something you should know first.
Syrup people from Asgardian IHOP are okay. Cosmic sludge made by alien Satan. Let's go with that.
Despite it
Okay.
all, Eddie and the symbiote have proven they're far more than the dark legacy the Clintar were
Aw.
intended for. They've even gained the respect of the Avengers and eventually considered
Interesting.
Spider-Man a friend. Sort of. It's complicated.
Eddie really
It's
is
complicated.
the best pal Venom could have found. And let's be real, he just looks freaking badass.
See us everywhere, even in your nightmares.
Yeah. I remember a fan comic I saw after the Venom movie came out. Eddie traps the symbiote under a glass so he can eat a salad, and it's just like under there. He's like, no.
In ancient times, a demonic being known as the Kishin ravaged humanity, nearly driving all mankind into the depths of madness. This monster could only be defeated and sealed away by the god of death.
So,
All right.
where's the literal god of death? So goofy looking. You ever seen Death Note? Hell, even Thanos' girlfriend is scarier than this clown.
If you are unfamiliar with the world of Soul Eater,
Yeah, but
prepare yourself.
Ryuk isn't the god of death. He's just a god of death. There's a difference.
It's different.
Well, not wanting a return of the apocalypse, Death and his oven mitts founded a school, Death Academy.
Here, warriors called
Someone was-
Beasters would
Someone was saying that the reason he looks so goofy is because people were initially afraid of him, because he's death. So yeah.
train to fight evil using the power of their souls.
They even got neat demon weapons that doubled as people. Together, they learned courage, chivalry, unbreakable friendship. All that anime crap.
Crona Gorgon was not one of these students.
Buckle
Tilt.
up, it's all Gloomsville from here. Deal with it.
I don't think I know how to deal with this situation.
Throughout their childhood, Crona was abused by their mother, Medusa, a witch obsessed with the legendary Kishi.
you can see where this is going. Anime Uma Thurman was such a fangirl she figured, hey, why don't I make my own Kishin? So she used her child as a guinea pig in a bunch of crazy experiments. You know, it kind of sounds like something you do, Wiz.
Don't be silly. I only use actual guinea pigs. Part of Medusa's great experiment included bonding Crona to a weapon, much like the monsters of
Approximately
Death Academy.
15.
However, joining with Ragnarok was a bit more literal.
Ragnarok used to be your run-of-the-mill transforming weapon person until Medusa melted him alive in black blood.
Black blood being another experiment of hers. Crona's own blood is, in fact, this same black blood, which they can remotely control. It can be used to heal wounds and even harden as a sort of internal armor.
Cooking rags in black blood turned him into a brand new weapon that was literally poured into Crona's bloodstream.
From that point on, Crona
Like
and Ragnarok
injected
were two halves
or
of the
like
same
dumped?
person. The meek and tortured child firmly attached to their loud and brazen weapon.
And Raggy has that black blood control too. They can yank poor
Yes,
Crona around like a puppet. They can use black blood to create wings, thorny vines, all kinds of weapons, and big-ass needles. Ugh, I hate needles. What's up with that mouth when he transforms into a sword? That thing's messed up.
Like the Meisters, Crona can wield their own soul in combat, amplified by Ragnarok as a
I mean, don't we
technique
all
called screen
wield our own
resonance.
souls?
Think of it like hooking an electric guitar up to an amp, though more akin to a screeching banshee on LSD.
I didn't know you played.
I don't. It's incredibly powerful, causing internal damage to foes and making Ragnarok vibrate to increase his cutting power. Hey, are you okay?
What?
With this weapon at their
ads. No ads. Stop it.
Join millions of players across
No.
the globe in
Go
massive
away.
battles on
side, Crona set out on a quest.
Okay, wavelength control. So that'll be, yeah, abyss of despair and uncleanliness. So it's that whole despair thing ain't gonna work.
Become a Kishin, which required quite a lot of homicide.
Yeah, Ragnarok
Yeah, I
can
can
absorb
imagine.
the souls of dead people, and supposedly enough souls will turn Crona into the Kishin. So they went around slaughtering hundreds of people.
Despite their name, Death Academy wasn't exactly a fan, particularly their star student, Maka Alburn.
Don't worry, she and Crona ended up becoming good friends. Until they weren't. Sort of. It's complicated.
As a pawn in
Yeah,
Medusa's
everything's
mission,
complicated.
Crona gained several levels of new potential, notably after gaining or absorbing the powers of the monstrous Black Clown, the demon tool Brew, and even Ashura, the original Kishin.
All of
Interesting.
Which increased Crona's abilities,
Those
especially
eyeball
the black
masks are
blood.
just-
Now Crona can turn their
I
entire
see the
body
eyeball
into
masks
goop,
and I think
the
yeah.
slightest touch could inflict madness. That's madness with a capital M, by the way.
Nice.
This madness is a corruptive effect that causes targeted variants of delusion or obsession, often spread as a wavelength. The wavelength of Crona's mad blood
I
specifically
see.
causes violent psychosis.
Crona may be a pawn, but they're a badass. They can cut through a whole ghost ship, cover the moon with sound waves, open the moon's mouth? What the
Of
hell
course
is
it
wrong
has a
with that
mouth.
moon?
Crona and Ragnarok have held their own
course.
against multiple Death Academy students,
Of course.
including Maka, Death the Kid, and Black Star.
Sometimes all at once.
Kid once
Now,
flew
Death the
from
Kid
Nevada
is,
to Egypt in less
like,
than a minute.
literally
and Black Star
Death's
is
Kid,
even
right?
faster. He's dodged lasers and been tracked moving over 20 kilometers in 6 microseconds while approaching Baba Yaga Castle.
Okay, Soul Eater uses metric units and most conventional radar systems have ranges of several dozen kilometers. Well,
And Crona's been able to make enough mad blood to crush a whole goddamn Ukrainian city.
While this city isn't named, we can use a similar metropolitan area in Ukraine, Kiev, for instance. With this in mind, Crona must have created over 9
you
trillion
pick one of the
tons
largest
black
cities
blood,
in Kiev?
enough to fill over 6
Possibly
billion
the largest,
Olympic
whatever.
swimming pools.
Okay. Lasers Black Star dodge are bendable using light refraction techniques indicating that, yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Blood.
Damn.
Enough to fill over 6
And that's from
billion
one
Olympic
person?
swimming pools.
Kind
But
of too.
Crona's a big leap from invincible. They've had their shit kicked in plenty of times, and their hardened black blood can only block so much.
Even then, Medusa's plan ultimately succeeded. After years of scheming, Crona absorbed the power of Ashura and became a Kishin.
Well, more like Kishin absorbed Crona, but close enough.
But with the power of friendship,
I see.
Crona ironically wound
That
up defeating
ends
Kishin
cube.
once and for all. Despite their life being nothing but destruction, Crona was the one who ultimately saved the world.
With
But
an
died,
added
right?
side effect of a new madness wavelength that made everyone obsessed with boobs. Truly a positive effect on people everywhere.
Just give up. I'm tired of trying to figure out how to deal with you.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first,
I know
instead of
Crona
chewing on
dies at
brains
one
and
point.
souls, how
I
about chewing
don't know
on
if they
blue?
get better.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. If you want to increase your performance confidence in bed, try.
Oh!
Okay, well. Goodness. If they're using Crona with all of their power, like every single being that they've ever absorbed or been absorbed by, then it might have even more. They all together, the fighting team, might have more experience than Venom, but as it stands, it sounds like just surface level Venom has more experience than surface level Crona. And Crona was trained, whereas Venom just kind of did whatever the hell he wanted. Let's see here. However, Venom is also considerably older. Like they said, what is it, the beginning of time or something? I think that's what they meant. I don't know if that's what they meant. I'd like to read more comic books, but I. Oh goodness, weakness to sound, but he is resistant to it. Like he can take those sonic waves, but it seems like Crona can turn it up to 11, as the saying goes. Turn it up and break off the handle. Whatever the other saying goes. That I'm assuming again that Crona's life story kind of makes them immune to despair-based attacks. They both have some kind of mind control. When Venom gets out of control, it just kind of. That's what happened with Carnage, right? It's not the same being, but I know they're individual of the species, right? More or less, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go with Crona on this one. Bring on the enemy bullshit!
Hello? I want to be alone.
Hey, pay attention, you turd. Ah, lucky day. 2 brains for the price of 1.
But wasn't one gonna have a brain, technically?
I don't think I can handle this right now.
Yikes!
Your mind is ours. Dinner time.
Oh yeah. There we go. Does that really get rid of all the webs? They're not animating a lot of lip movements for Crona, are they? It's just weird because they're making them so expressive. Otherwise.
He's gone? What is he?
We are the ones hiding under your bed. Teeth
Crowd sharp and
eyes glowing red.
You really have to make a Nightmare Before Christmas reference, dude. No, I kind of want you to win. is delicious.
No. It's black.
Ooh, my.
Wake up, stupid!
That thing really ain't fooling around, is it? Even though it's fooling around quite a lot. I just wish this wasn't so dark. I can't see half the stuff that's going on. So is the moon like right there if this is supposed to be Earth? Or is it really huge and just really far, and just semi far away?
We are the darkness. We are your nightmare. We are Venom.
An interesting camera angle. Blow him up! Blow him up from the inside!
Man, these symbiotes really need to stop picking fights with pink-haired anime characters. They're f***ing crazy.
Venom was certainly a tricky opponent. His shape-shifting camouflage and multitude of weapons kept Crona on guard. Unfortunately, Venom lacked the power needed to keep up a prolonged fight.
Yeah, Crona mentioned Black Star's speed makes for a pretty clear difference. Crona could reach
Could
Mach
they,
9,000, while
like-
Venom only topped out around Mach 2,000.
And while Venom has shown incredible physical strength that puts
Did they even try the
he
mind
could
control
never compete
bits?
with 9 trillion tons of mad blood.
Which, by the way, that precise control of the black blood totally meant push out any of Venom's attempt at being a puppeteer.
And Crona's shown even greater
including
feats of
mental, I
strength as well.
assume?
Assuming all the moon's teeth are
Okay. Venom has resisted Ghost Rider's penance stare. I still do not understand how Lobo managed to lose to that, because he doesn't feel regret. It is not necessarily what needs to be dull psychic-related attacks. It resists Crona's madness wavelength. Yeah. But did Crona do it? Venom has been affected by Hallmark and Jean Grey in the past. Yeah. Well,
similar in size and stone, opening this
who would Jean Grey fight? I saw people saying that she should fight Beerus, but
jaw is equivalent to lifting over 10,000 tons.
Of course, the final
Okay,
nail in
so the
Eddie's
moon is
coffin
very
was
small
the fact that half
in
of
this
Crona's
series.
arsenal was sound-based, basically Venom's kryptonite.
Somewhat. Recall that Venom did gain a notable resistance to sound attacks, so we needed to determine if Crona's sonic waves were
Resistance.
great enough to effectively harm him.
You know those gremlins who shattered every window in 10 miles with a screech attack? The
Yeah.
symbiote barely survived it, so that's a good high-end to look at.
It takes at least 100 decibels to shatter glass normally. To cover that much distance,
And that's
the
just
combined sonic blast must have equaled about
a little glass.
244 decibels. In contrast, in order to engulf the moon, Crona's sonic waves must have reached over 275 decibels.
And yes, that's considering the weird size and shape of the moon.
I'll still outperform Venom, Dark Carnage, and I see.
Oh, just look at that freaking
Grendel,
thing.
like the
Sure, 275
mythical,
doesn't seem
the-
that much more
the
than
thing from
244,
Beowulf?
but decibels increase on a logarithmic rate.
Yes,
This
they
means
do.
Crona's sound attack was actually over 1,000 times stronger.
Vinny for sure wasn't surviving that.
Eddie and the symbiote held their own with versatility, but Crona and Ragnarok had them beat in destructive power, blistering speed, and an arsenal that could take advantage of Venom's key weakness.
Looks like Venom just got Ragnaroked.
The winner is Crona.
Okay, fine, I'll give you that one.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our
No, I wanted to...
upcoming matchups.
Hang on, I wanted to move it over here.
If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes
Okay,
right around here. and
I
you can always
know
pick-
that there's a vampire match. It's like Helsing Alucard versus Dio or something. There's some sort of match like that is confirmed a while ago, and since this had put us shortly before Halloween. It
Pick up
might
some
be
TV
that
merch
one.
at store.roosterteeth.com.
Attention, Blue Team!
Oh, really?
We are here to destroy you!
I got a tank.
Is there actually
Tank
doing
is
red
never
versus
outnumbered.
blue? Who would really win? Well, that strikes me as kind of the waste of an episode. October 18th. Oh, that's right. It's every 2 weeks, not every... Oh, okay. Okay, I see it now. It used to be every 3 weeks, so I think I was still thinking it would be on the 26th, but... Okay. Wait, the 18th is a Sunday, not a Monday. It doesn't say anything about first viewers. But that would put a Halloween episode on the 2nd. So that's even closer than the 26th. Still, though, is this another one of those episodes that's going to be canon to the actual series? Because their previous Red vs. Blue episode was... I mean, it was presented as a hypothetical because the characters didn't actually fight, but it was like, what would happen if they did? Okay, well, that was interesting. I like the Nightmare Before Christmas reference. Although I think the line that might have suited a little, just a skosh better. I am the clown with the tearaway face, here in a flash and gone without a trace. But then again, he does have teeth ground sharp, so... So next time I have no thoughts other than what I've already said. This time it was very hard to determine what was going on. I couldn't tell if the psychic attacks were being used. It was so dark I couldn't see much of anything. Guys, you know, I get, you know, okay, having them fight in a dark church under the moonlight. And yeah, it's great and all, but you gotta give us a little bit of leeway here as far as seeing what's happening. Alright? Please? Anyway, though, I gotta go get the birds up, so I will see you all in 2 weeks for Red vs. Blue. And who knows, maybe we actually will stroll down Blood Gulch Avenue. Until next time, I am Blackjack Aviani, and you're not.